So, hello everyone. This is your Krishna from Womentoday YouTube channel. So, in this channel, we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India. We are just going to traveling to various cities in India, doing offline interviews, and also we are doing online interviews across India and also across different countries across the world. So, today's our guest is from Udaipur. Her name is Khusboo, Dr. Khusboo Sharda, and she is a nutritionist and also a dietitianist. So I welcome you, Dr. Khusboo Sharda, ma'am, to this Women Today YouTube channel. So good afternoon, ma'am. So please introduce about yourself to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Hi, thank you for such a warm welcome. I am Dr. Khusboo Sharda. I am a nutritionist, a diabetic educator, sports nutritionist, and a keto educator. So I am in this field from last, I guess, more than 2 decades. Or you can say like nutrition is my passion, my life, my everything.
So actually, when did you make up a decision that you want to be a dietitian and a nutritionist in your life, ma'am?
So I always wanted to be in a good shape and in a good health. So my that inclination towards a health that clicked, okay, why not to pursue a career in the field of nutrition?
So basically, your thought process that you wanted to maintain yourself in a very good and healthy way made yourself choose this path. I do understand. And also at the same time, I also wanted to ask you a lot about questions regarding nutrition and diet. Like the first question will be like, what are the most common nutritional challenges faced by people in Udaipur? Because since you're in Udaipur, I'm asking this question because most of the people will be coming to you having a lot of deficiencies in them. So what is the most common nutrition challenges faced by them? And also, how can they be addressed, ma'am?
Okay, so the most common nutritional challenge is about their time. Everyone is so much busy doing their daily tasks, socializing, and their works. They don't have time for themselves. And secondly, they always go for the quick fixes. सबको लगता है कि फटाफट से पतले हो जाए. Like if we are talking about the weight, सबको लगता है जल्दी से weight कम हो जाए. या फिर कोई दूसरा concern है तो everybody is in hurry. अगर आपको आपकी अच्छी हेल्थ चाहिए तो दिस इज नॉट अ वर्क फॉर अ डे और टू. इट इज ऑल अबाउट द कंसिस्टेंसी एंड लाइफस्टाइल यू लीड. सो व्हाट वी डू, हमको कहीं जॉब पे जाना है, कुछ भी काम है, हम खुद को हमेशा सेकंड स्टेप पे रखते हैं, जबकि हमारी हेल्थ, वी शुड ऑलवेज कीप आवर सेल्फ ऑन द फर्स्ट स्टेप. आपके सारे काम, अगर आप हेल्दी हो तो यू विल बी एबल टू अचीव एवरीथिंग इन योर लाइफ. So the most common problem which I can see is about their time. They are not able to maintain the proper balance between their work life, social life, and their health. So वहां से सारा गड़बड़ शुरू हो जाता है. Secondly, everyone is after the quick fixes. सबको लगता है कि बस ऐसा कुछ मैजिक ड्रिंक हो या ऐसा कोई मैजिक फूड हो जिसको लेने से उनकी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स खत्म हो जाए. एंड ये जल्दी से उनका सोच कि सब कुछ जल्दी हो जाए. एंड दे आर लुकिंग अभी गूगल पे एंड व्हाट्सएप पे, इंस्टाग्राम पे, सब तरफ एवरी वन इज गिविंग अ न्यू, दे आर सेल्फ मेड डॉक्टर्स. नई नई चीजें आती रहती है कि आप ऐसा कर लो, आपकी हेल्थ एकदम ठीक हो जाएगी. तो जब हम जो सही तरीका है उसको छोड़ के इन क्विक फिक्सेस के पीछे भागते हैं तो हम सब गड़बड़ कर देते हैं.
So basically, you're telling people are spending more time on the gadgets and they're not concentrating on the kind of health they wanted to. So I do understand. And also, many people in different departments do come to you and they ask you personalized diet plans. So how do you actually create some personalized diet plans for your clients considering their lifestyle, health goals, and dietary preferences? Because some will be like they'll be working in the daytime and some most of the people will be working in the night time, and some will be having some kind of deficiencies in one part of the body and some others will be having in other part of the body. And how do you actually create some kind of personalized diets to each and every person accordingly, ma'am?
Okay, so one diet doesn't suits to everyone. सबका genetics अलग अलग होता है, उनका working environment is different and their preferences are different. So how do I work? I just take their dietary recall. I just take that how their day looks like. उनका क्या schedule रहता है पूरे दिन का? What is their work profile? What are their likings and dislikings? And उनका social profile क्या रहता है? How frequently they go out and what kind of work they are indulged. So by taking all these things into an account, I just plan a diet which is practically possible and which can be the part of their lifestyle. Because if you are looking for a good health, then only one thing can work. It is about being consistent with the good habits. Then only you will be able to retain that good health for the longer period of time.
Also, at the same time, what are these good healthy eating habits? Is it like only eating good fruits and vegetables? So people will be asking like, ma'am, I want to have a good healthy lifestyle, but also at the same time, I want to have my food taste better. So at this point of time, what are the foods that you would like to recommend to the people who want to have a very good and healthy lifestyle, ma'am?
Okay, there is a very simple answer to this question. You should eat all the balanced diet, means that you should have a simple khana rather than looking for any fancy khana or any other quick fixes. Like your plate should have varied colors in it. You should have salad, your chapati, rice, dal, and if you're non-vegetarian, have a non-veg or egg or curd in your diet. Actually, the problem arises when we just extract one food group completely from our diet and दूसरा food group we tend to overeat. There are so many diets जिनसे आप राइस खत्म हो जाता है, राइस नहीं खाना है, चपाती नहीं खाना है, and people are having only detox drinks and they are having only paneer and vegetables or only chicken. They are completely avoiding carbohydrate. That is not the balanced meal. The balanced meal is which can have all the five food groups in your plate. All five food groups mean seeds and pulses, fat, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and oil seeds. Your food should be giving happiness to you. खाना देख के कभी भी ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए why I am eating this, because food is having a very strong psychological connection, and when you are eating your food happily, then only your body will be able to utilize it properly. Otherwise, अगर आप सिर्फ खाना खाना खाने के लिए खाते हो, या if you are seeing your food separately as a fat, protein, carbohydrate, तब your body will not be able to perform properly. So you should always take in care of traditional eating practices. जो पहले के time पे there were no smoothies, no shakes, and there was only a simple khana like roti, sabzi. Our Indian tradition is very rich, and if we'll eat accordingly, you can have everything. Like you can have disease fighting capacity आपके kitchen में. If you'll take care of those traditional eating practices, food can work as a preventive medicine. अगर आप सही तरीके से खाते हो, then you won't be suffer any kind of disease, and you will be happy and healthy forever.
I do understand that you are not recommending any kind of smoothies or artificial generated kind of drinks or any kind of foods. And also at the same time, you are asking us to eat a very balanced diet by just having a proper food which comes according to our Indian cultures. Of course, roti, sabzis, and all that kind of food. We would like to take it. So most of the people, if they concentrate on diet, they'll be having a mindset like, okay, we are going to have our diet in a way that we don't want our food to taste good. But the thing is that when they're going into this kind of mindset, they'll not be having a proper signal giving to their body. Like they'll be always like, we are eating a food according to our carbohydrates, according to maintain our proteins and all that. The thing is that they'll not be having a good food in a very happy mood. The very good answer which I got from you is whatever food you're going to eat, you should have the food in a very happy manner. When you eat your foods in a very happy manner, your gut health will be good, and also at the same time your body will be able to process it accordingly. So I do understand it, ma'am. And also at the same time, many people, not only in Udaipur but also in India, they are facing a lot of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart diseases. So at this point of time, what kind of food would you recommend as a nutritionist to these kind of people over here, ma'am, facing a lot of issues like this kind of this?
Okay, these like diabetes, heart-related disease, thyroid, these all kind of diseases are like they are directly related to our lifestyle pattern. So you always stick to the simple local food and never avoid any particular food group. Like as I said, our plate should be colorful. You should have eaten everything. Once you will stop seeing food as fat, protein, carbohydrate, and you will start seeing it as a complete meal, then you are going to have that power which will help you to fight from every kind of disease. like you have meals on proper timings, always keep your health on the priority, and include exercise in your daily life, because in today's lifestyle every person is stressed. So you have to take out 5 to 10 minutes for meditation, or you just do whatever activity makes you happy. Like if you have any particular kind of hobby which can keep you happy, like if you like to play football or badminton or any activity, if you like to sing, if you like to drawing, then you should continue that activity so that it can give you a psychological happiness. And when it comes to food, always go for the local food. Never look for any fancy kind of food. Have your complete meal, have your dal, your roti, your sabzi, have your ghee. So what we are doing, we are just avoiding ghee, and those traditional foods are there. Like in winters, we used to have all kind of laddus and ghee. So that used to make us happy and healthy. So nowadays, what people have started, कि weight put on हो जाएगा उसके लिए घी नहीं खाते. They are not having nuts. They are not having our those rich traditional recipes. जिसकी वजह से weight is not everything. Once we'll stop seeing our health on the weighing scale, तब actual health के लिए आप work करना start करोगे. Actual health का definition never lies only on the weighing machine. You should be happy and healthy from inside. You should feel that strength. And जब आप रात को सोने जाते हो उससे पहले तक you should be happy and having positive vibes towards your body. And if you are stressed, stress is the major reason or of all these kinds of diseases. The principal thing about food is you should chew your food properly. अगर आप अपने खाने को अच्छे से चबा चबा के खाते हो तो you are sorted with 80 to 90% health troubles. आपका gut हमेशा healthy रहेगा. You will not overeat and your body will have that time to work on or to digest your food properly. And ये सारा diseases का रीजन ही वही होता है, either we are skipping our food or we are having more processed food. घर का खाना खाने की जगह we are more inclined towards eating outside. Or nowadays everybody is working, so no one has time प्रॉपर अलग अलग खाना तैयार करके रखने का. तो अगर आप प्लानिंग के साथ में प्रॉपर सिंपल फूड थोड़े थोड़े से टाइम पे होम कुक्ड फूड आप खाते रहोगे तो यू विल नॉट मीन्स यू विल नॉट ईट एनीथिंग एल्स इफ यू आर फुल. आपने प्रॉपर खाना खाया है तो यू विल नॉट इंक्लाइन टुवर्ड्स जंक फूड. प्रॉब्लम कब होती है, व्हेन वी आर स्किपिंग मील्स, और फिर उसके बाद में आवर बॉडी विल ऑलवेज क्रेव फॉर द क्विक टेस्टी थिंग्स. अगर आप भूखे हो यू विल नेवर गो फॉर द सैलेड, यू विल ऑलवेज वांट टू ग्रैब सम स्वीट और ऐसा फूड जिससे कि आपको क्विक एनर्जी मिले. वहां से सारी प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट होती है. इफ यू विल हैव ऑल योर मील्स ऑन द राइट टाइम देन यू विल नॉट ईट इतना जंक फूड या जो शुगरी ड्रिंक्स है. देन आपका बॉडी विल हैव ऑल द पावर टू फाइट फ्रॉम द डिजीजेस.
Okay, ma'am, and also at the same time, you're asking us to eat laddus with proper ghee. But the thing is that, how can a diabetic patient eat sweet, ma'am? Because a diabetic patient should always avoid the sugar in them. So tell us, what do you want to tell to them to eat? What kind of foods to a diabetic patient, ma'am?
Okay, if you have diabetes, foods are divided into according to their glycemic index. Glycemic index मतलब आप कोई भी फूड खाते हो उसका आपके ब्लड ग्लूकोज पे क्या इम्पेक्ट आता है, that is known as a glycemic index. So if you're diabetic, I'm not saying you should eat sugars. You can have laddus, but those laddus should be from dana methi and with a good ghee. Abhi, what misconception we have that ghee will make us fat. घी से आप कभी भी मोटे नहीं होते हो until and unless you are taking care of the quantity. If you're not eating ghee and instead of that you are having some smoothies और ऐसा easy food, आप जितना कोई भी food normal कम processed way में खाओगे आपकी body will work more to digest that food. And being a diabetic person, you should have jitna kam processed food you can have. Like you should have whole grains, and whenever something meetha you're having, like if you're having fruits, so fruits ka glycemic index is high, which can shoot up your blood sugar levels. So what you can do, you can combine fruits with the nuts. डायबिटीज में आप किस ऑर्डर में आपका खाना खाते हो, आपका 40% ब्लड ग्लूकोज का स्पाइक उस पर डिपेंड करता है. लाइक इफ यू आर हैविंग सैलेड्स और एनी फैट बिफोर योर कार्बोहाइड्रेट, तो आपका blood glucose spike नहीं करेगा. So the order should be first you should finish your salads and then you have your whole grain chapati or rice with the dal and then end it with the curd. So if you follow this sequence like fiber first, then fat, then simple carb, तो आपका blood glucose level spike नहीं करेगा.
So better if you're going to have a fruit, then you can consume nuts with it so that you can balance the kind of shoot ups happening in the
Glycemic
glycemic
index.
things.
Yes.
Okay, I do understand, ma'am.
Yes.
And also at the same time, if suppose you're going to recommend any kind of natural remedies, natural kind of foods which will actually maintain our immune system in our body, which will actually help us prevent some kind of diseases, what are the foods would you like to recommend to the people in a very natural way, like natural food substances, ma'am?
Okay, so immunity is a huge term. We need every balancing in our diet for the immunity. Like no any detox drink or not any single ingredient is going to help us in increasing the immunity. If you want to increase your immunity, then first you start sleeping proper and then have balanced meal. And there are few spices which can do a wonders. They actually work as a medicine. Like if you turmeric, cinnamon, and jeera and dana methi. These all things are wonderful. If you'll include them in a good amount and with a good time, then you can have that power to fight from diseases. But again, same thing. If you'll do everything all together, if like if you'll sleep on time, you will do workout and you will have balanced meal in your diet and include all these kind of spices, then only your immunity should be strong. Only one thing cannot help.
I do understand. So I asked a simple question, what kind of food should I intake? Then you're telling that not only food will make our immune system grow stronger, but also the kind of lifestyle we follow. We should go to bed at the proper time. We should have a proper sleep. And also we should, and I'm amazed that you're telling we should always include spices in our food, because our basic Indian culture requires some kind of turmeric, another kind of spices which will help us grow our immune system. They have basically made the kind of food which we consume in a way that it will also be a medicine, also the same time it will be a good tasteful food. So that's a good thing, ma'am. And also at the same time, nutrition actually plays a very vital role in maintaining our mental lifestyle, mental kind of health. So many people in this world, they like they'll be having a very good physical body, but at the same time they'll be having a very stressful life. They'll be having a lot of stress in their mental stage. So, how do you think this kind of nutrition will actually help us maintain our mental kind of health lifestyle, ma'am?
Okay, nutrition has magical power. It can help boosting your mood. Like say, if you're not feeling good, like if you're having headache, या फिर आपको कुछ भी body में दूसरा परेशानी है, you will not able to enjoy anything, even if you're at the peak of your career or anything. अगर आपका health ठीक नहीं है, तो you won't be able to enjoy anything. So nutrition, a good food is like a fuel for our body. Our body is like a machine. If you'll put a good kind of good quality fuel, then your machine is going to perform better. Similarly, if you're eating a good food, then our all the organs will perform good and our body is governed by the hormones and hormones and the secretions of our glands. So when you are eating good food, then your those glands are going to work and they are going to perform better. And when everything is on its place, तो बॉडी में सब कुछ काम अच्छा होता रहेगा and you'll have that happiness. And there are so many hormones which regulate with our mood. Like if you're stressed, then there is a particular, like oxytocin hormone is more, dopamine is a happy hormone. So if you're giving your body a good food, then जो hormone आपका happy hormone होता है, that will work better. The stress hormone होता है, that is also very very important for our body. So, similar simple thing. You just take your body as a machine. You have to keep putting good fuel in it so that it can work better and every hormone on its place. So your mental well-being, physical well-being, social well-being, everything is connected to each other. If you are sleeping on time, you are doing workout, you are taking care of your food pattern, then you will be happy from inside. You'll have that proper energy levels.
Uh, uh,
And you must have seen I'm so sorry, I'm interrupting in between. You must have seen, like, in our Indian tradition, also, happiness is related with the food. Like, if we have to celebrate anything, then there is a food. Food is the first thing which comes in our mind. Whether it be any kind of festival, Diwali hota hai, Holi hota hai, तो क्या चीज दिमाग में आता है? It is all about the food. We are happy. If we are sad, then everything, our every emotion is related to food.
So yeah, that's a great thing, ma'am. So also at the same time, speaking about the kind of celebrations we celebrate in our life, we actually prefer food. If we have a kind of success in our life, then we'll be telling our friends, okay, we are going to have a good party together. We are just going to a buffet and we are going to have a lot of foods over here. So tell us, ma'am, you're being in Udaipur city in Rajasthan state. So what kind of Rajasthani foods would you like to recommend to the people in India so that they'll be having a very good taste food, and also at the same time, what are the foods that have high nutritional value? Specifically Rajasthani foods, what kind of items would you like to recommend to the people who are watching this interview right now, ma'am?
Okay, if you're talking about Rajasthan, then Rajasthani cuisine is incomplete without dal bati and ke sangre ki sabzi. There are so many healthy grains like bajra, ragi, kuttu. So you include all these things in your plate. And like, if we are talking about dal bati churma, this is the beautiful and wonderful food you can have. Like, sometime if you also come from Rajasthan, if you also come to Rajasthan, do taste these foods. जितने भी local चीजें हैं, केर sangri, and the grains I'm talking about, rajgira, ragi, kuttu, these all grains are wonderful, magical grains. So have all these things. Being a Rajasthani, you should have the taste of all these things. So I forget about your pizza, pasta, and start having these local grains more frequently.
So, can you please come again with the kind of dishes that you told right now, and main specifically, what are the ingredients in the dishes so that people will be able to know, okay, this food has this kind of ingredients. So please tell us what kind of ingredients are present in the foods, I mean, the items that you mentioned right now, ma'am.
Okay, there is a kulad dal which is specially eaten in winter season. बाजरे का खिचड़ी and मक्के का खिचड़ी, उसके साथ इसको combine करते हैं कुल्हड़ दाल. So it completes the nutrition value, because cereals and pulses, they both are incomplete. If we combine cereals and pulses all together, it makes a complete meal. So if you're having kulad dal with your bajre ka khichdi, it is making it a complete meal. If you are having kair sangre ka sabzi, and it is a kind of herb with dal bati. Bati is made up of whole wheat atta, and buttermilk bhi uske saath liya jata hai, which makes is a complete meal. And the most important hero of the thali is ghee. So we usually eat this bati and churma with a ghee, which is very healthy. Like, if we talk about ghee, it is also a magical ingredient. If you're having skin related problem, if you're having gut related problem, then you should, in every day you should have ghee in your diet, because it is a major source of fat soluble vitamins also, like vitamin A, D, E, and K. These all are fat soluble vitamins. If you extract ghee or good fat from your diet, आपकी बॉडी से ये सारे डेफिशिएंसीज हो जाएंगी विटामिन ए और के की, जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है. सो द हीरो और द मेन इंग्रेडिएंट इज घी ऑफ इंडियन डाइट.
Okay, ma'am. I do understand that if you do not want to have any kind of vitamin deficiencies in our body, we should always consume ghee. I do understand. And also, yes, of course, ma'am. So having ghee in our daily food will try to add all kind of nutrients which is necessary for our daily lifestyle. And also at the same time, people speaking about kind of vitamin deficiency, most of the people right now are having some kind of mouth ulcers because of the proper kind of irregular sleep, and also at the same time because of vitamin B12 deficiencies they are having some kind of mouth ulcers. And also at the same time, people do tell us that these kind of mouth ulcers are the symptoms for the liver failure. And also at the same time, there is some kind of problems in the liver, and because of that only we'll be having some kind of mouth ulcers in our body. So please explain about that kind of things. So is it actually because of the kind of liver functionalities, or is it the mouth ulcer is caused because of the kind of stress that we do have in our daily life, and because of proper lack of sleep, and also the kind of spicy foods that we do have? So please explain about this, ma'am.
The mouth ulcers can be due to so many reasons, but yes, vitamin B deficiency is also one of the reason, and vitamin B12 deficiency is very common nowadays, especially with the vegetarian, because vitamin B12 usually is found in the animal sources. But if you're vegetarian, then also no need to worry. You just keep including all fermented food like idli, dosa, khaman to your diet, and secondly, drink proper water, drink a good amount of water, and like if you keep yourself hungry for the longer period of time, that could be also a reason of ulcers and your all gut related problem. So keep eating your food with a good interval, and which means, I just mean to say, keep eating your food on a good time, so that आपका guts related issues, ये ulcer, these all problems can be resolved.
So basically, this has nothing to do with the kind of liver problems. So this is basically, as you told, a very simple thing, that have some kind of proper food timings. So if you have some kind of proper food timings, you'll be eating your food at the regular timings, and because of this, you'll be able to avoid hungriness, because hungriness also is the main cause of ulcer that we are speaking right now, right, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. So
And if we're talking about the liver, liver is a very important organ of our body. It helps with the blood sugar levels maintenance also, and detoxification का भी काम करता है, and आपका cholesterol levels को भी maintain करता है, and every one from three Indians are having fatty liver issues, and iska sabse main problem is our sleeping pattern. If your sleeping patterns are haywire, then your liver is much more affected. Doesn't matter आप कितना healthy खाते हो, आप कितना workout करते हो, but if your sleep is not good, then liver के अंदर जो repairing का काम होता है, that will not be up to the mark, and liver के functions में हमेशा problems आएंगी.
yeah, that's a great issue which we should address currently right now, ma'am. Because as you said, most of the people are having fatty livers not because of the kind of diet they're following, but mainly because of the sleep pattern. Because of kind of irregular sleep, they'll be having some kind of fatty livers in the body, irrespective of the food they eat, irrespective of the healthy lifestyle they have, irrespective of the exercise they do. Only when they have proper sleep, they will be able to have a very good liver in them. So tell us, ma'am, what are the kind of foods that you would like to recommend to the people who are having some these kind of fatty liver issues, ma'am?
Fatty liver is there when there is a more fat accumulation over the liver cells. Like means if you are inactive, you are eating more junk or processed foods, and your sleep pattern is not good. आप बिल्कुल भी exercise नहीं करते हो. You are drinking less amount of water. So the answer of every problem lies in the balanced diet. देयर इज नो डाइट, ऐसा कोई डाइट नहीं होता है जो खाली आपका हार्ट को सपोर्ट करेगा या थायराइड ग्लैंड को सपोर्ट करेगा. इफ यू आर हैविंग अ बैलेंस मील, स्लीपिंग ऑन अ टाइम, डूइंग योर वर्कआउट रेगुलरली, ईटिंग ऑन अ रेगुलर टाइमिंग्स, देन एंड ईटिंग बैलेंस डाइट, तो आपका बॉडी में जितने भी ऑर्गन्स है, बीइंग थायराइड ग्लैंड या फिर आपका हार्ट है या आपका लिवर है, एवरी ऑर्गन विल फंक्शन ऑप्टिमली. So there is not a specific kind of diet. If you're having liver disease, then have this kind of diet. Like in every problem, you should have balanced diet. It is just like that. If you're having diabetes, then you should take care of the foods जिनका glycemic index ज्यादा होता है, वो आप avoid करो, या फिर combine them with those foods whose glycemic index is low. Like suppose if you're having fruits, then have nuts with the fruit, ताकि आपका blood sugar का spike नहीं होगा.
Also, at the same time, speaking about this kind of fatty livers, if a patient is coming to you and if they are telling specifically that, ma'am, I do have a fatty liver, and I also do have a lot of mouth ulcers in me. So, specifically at this time, you told that Also, exercise is very must. So, what are the basic exercise as a nutritionist would you like to recommend to the people who are having this kind of fatty livers because of the irregular sleep, ma'am? What is the basic exercise that one can do in their daily life?
Okay, so exercise, like it depends person to person. For some people, walking could be a good exercise. For some people, strength training could be a good exercise. The important thing is you should keep moving. So any exercise with we can you can do with a good consistency. Like if you like to play football, badminton, or any outdoor activity, that is also a form of exercise. If you like dancing, then you can continue with the dancing. So कोई भी एक ऐसा particular activity नहीं है. It depends on your health condition. The thing is, you should be consistent with any kind of exercise you are doing.
Yeah, I do understand. In the beginning of the interview itself, you told that consistency is the main factor for every kind of things, and also at the same time, consider if the patient is following a proper, good, balanced meal, they're having some kind of proper food, they're not delaying the kind of food intake, like what as we discussed before, delaying the food intake, missing our food timings will lead to hunger, and ultimately hunger will lead us to mouth ulcers. And also consider if they're having a proper balanced diet at the very correct time, and they're going to the bed at the very right time, they're having a very proper undisturbed sleep, they're having a very thorough good sleep, and they're having a good exercise by just going walking. So most of the people in today's time, they're not having time to hit the gyms and do proper strengthening exercise, but they do have time to walk, because if they have to go for a office, they do have to walk. So because of this kind of lifestyle, they're walking. So consider they're having a proper sleep, proper good maintained food diet, they're having a proper exercise. So within how many days can a patient, can a proper person can expect the kind of fatty livers and the mouth ulcers to be completely eliminated from the body, ma'am? How many days it will take?
Okay, first of all, mouth ulcer is not only related with your hunger period. It could be due to, as we discussed, it could be due to any, अगर आपके tooth में कुछ inflammation है, that could be also the reason of mouth ulcer. And vitamin D deficiency also could be the reason of this. If you are consuming tobacco very frequently, that could be also the reason of mouth ulcer. And if we talk about the time, किसी भी चीज में आपके ब्लड लेवल्स में रिफ्लेक्शन आने में या फिर किसी भी चीज की रिकवरी स्टार्ट होने में इट मे टेक 3 to 6 months. But again, consistency is the key. You have to be very much consistent with the good practices, and then you'll see within 3 to 6 months you'll see the difference in your body.
Like in between, you're talking about the tooth inflammation. So what it has to do with the tooth, ma'am?
Tooth, like if you're having any cavity in your tooth, then it also could be a reason because आपका body का हर part it gives a specific reason. If अगर आपको heart attack आने वाला है, तो body पहले से ही signs देना start कर देती है. It is us who are ignoring each and every sign of body. So if you're having any trouble, like आपको tooth में ache है, then it could be also a big problem. So you should never ignore. आपका बॉडी आपको कुछ भी साइन दे रहा है तो. एंड एज बी टॉक, अगर कुछ कैविटी है या फिर आपका मीन्स आपका ईटिंग प्रैक्टिसेस इज नॉट गुड, यू आर हैविंग मोर शुगरी थिंग्स, मोर प्रोसेस्ड फूड्स लेते हो, आपका क्लीनलीनेस इज नॉट प्रॉपर, तो उसकी वजह से भी आपको माउथ अल्सर्स हो सकते हैं.
So, speaking about the tooth, if you are having a proper brushing in our tooth, and also if you are able to maintain a very proper balanced diet, so tell us if any one food that you would like to recommend to the patients to maintain the teeth, because teeth is also main reason because of the cavities they're having mouth ulcers, we have just discussed before. So what is the one food that you would like to recommend to the people to have a proper tooth in their healthy lifestyle, ma'am?
Okay, there is nothing kind of one food you should eat. This seasonal food. आपका जो season होता है उसके according you have local food and chew your food properly. Don't have too many hard foods. Like इसको proper cook करके and then you have proper salads. uh, have less sugary and packet food, then your tooth health will be also good.
Yeah, of course, we have discussed a lot in this interview, ma'am. So thank you very much for having me host this interview right now. So people who are watching this interview, please do subscribe to our channel. Please do click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications whenever I do post new videos regarding women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So what is the message? This is the last question, ma'am. So if there is any kind of one message would you like to tell to your audience who are watching this interview right now, so what kind of message would you like to pass to the people? Maybe it may be to the kids, it may be to the middle aged person, it may be to the old aged person, irrespective of any age group. What message would you like to tell to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am?
So, our health is the most important wealth you can have. Take care of the health, and you have all the happiness in your life. So, जो हिट है वो fit है.
Yeah, actually that's the good thing. Actually,
I'm so sorry. It is जो fit है वो hit है.
yeah, okay. So it's like as we discussed from the beginning of the interview, I will just sum up everything. So whatever food you are going to have, so make your mindset like you are having it a very good tasteful food. Only when you taste your food good, then only you'll be your body will be able to secrete some kind of things which will actually make your food and also your mindset, your physical body healthier. So make sure that you eat you eat very tasteful foods which have very high nutritional value, and also at the same time go to bed at the right time. Because of proper irregular sleep, we are having a lot of major disturbances in our body because as doctor told, because of improper kind of sleep, more than every 3 in 1 Indians are having some kind of fatty liver issues in their body. And also it takes a minimum of 6 months, 3 to 6 months is some kind of a big kind of thing to recover. Also at the same time you should have a proper kind of healthy lifestyle by having a proper exercise. So exercise is just main reason for everything. If you can't have enough time to go for an exercise, just go for walking. I think walking is the best thing. So proper exercise, proper food, and proper sleep are the 3 main important things for a very healthy lifestyle. So once again, thank you for just allowing me to host this interview right now, ma'am. So good evening, ma'am. Have a nice day.